Score streaks are back in Black Ops 6, so here are 15 tips to use them more effectively that will help you stop wasting your hard-earned streaks. The Scout Pulse and the UAV pretty much do the same things, except one can be shot down and the other goes away when you die, so I'm going to talk about them together. If there's already a friendly UAV in the air, there is no reason to call in either one of these. If your goal is to maximize the time you have access to the radar sweeps they give you, just wait until the first one is gone. Also, be sure there isn't an enemy counter UAV in the air, since you won't have access to your radar unless you're running Vigilance, but let's be honest, nobody uses that. The RCXD has a couple of problems. It's loud and easy to destroy. I find it's most effective if you set up somewhere and wait for somebody to come by for an easy kill, but it is pretty funny chasing people who know they're in the blast range too.
You better stop!
Stop throwing the SAM turret down randomly. Spawns flip all the time, so be sure to place this when there's actually a kill streak in the air, or it's likely that the enemy will destroy it before you can get any value out of it.
I believe I can.
The Archangel can be shot down fairly easily, especially if you just fly straight into the enemy, so try to come at them from an angle and be sure to use the speed boost as soon as you find a target.
Enemy spotted.
Counter UAV blocks the enemy radar, which is always a good thing, but waiting to use it when the enemy calls in their UAV is best. Not only does this give your team an advantage, it's also pretty damn funny. The care package is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you use this outside and away from enemies so you can make use of whatever it is you get out of it. The Napalm Strike and the Strategic Bomber both provide the same use but on different scales. If you want to maximize the use of these streaks, make sure you don't place them where the enemy is. Instead, place it where the enemy is heading, since there is a slight delay between using the streak and it becoming active on the field. Now, the LDBR is similar to the last two, except it's laser guided, which means you need a line of sight for your target. So to safely use this, peek in and out of cover quickly, being sure not to take too much time aiming it, as you'll be a sitting duck until you can get your gun out again. Sentry guns require a bit of patience, as it's very particular about how it needs to be set up, so placing it directly in front of an enemy is going to get you killed 90% of the time. The best way to use this is going to be after a fight was won, giving you a free chance to lock down a choke point that the enemy is likely to return to. The Predator Missile's big pissed off brother can easily take out the entire enemy team if used correctly. However, as powerful as it is, it can actually be shot down by a normal weapon, so being quick is crucial to getting the most value out of it. The Watchdog Helo is very good at providing overwatch for you by spotting enemies and firing in short bursts, but it doesn't get very many kills on its own. So the best way to make use of this is by being on the move while it's active. This will apply pressure to the enemy team and provide your team with valuable information on the enemy locations. Now, you may want to immediately use the Interceptors as soon as an enemy gets something into the air, and depending on what it is, you might be right to do that. But if it's something like a UAV or a counter UAV and you're already outside, you may as well shoot it down yourself. I find the most value comes from when I'm unable to effectively shoot down an enemy streak on my own, when I'm capturing an objective, or if I'm in a building, to then pop the Interceptors for a quick field wipe. The A.G.R. Mark I is arguably the worst streak in this game. It's slow and not very durable, but if you can get close to the enemy spawn, it can rack up a decent number of kills, so try to get in close before you use it, because if you try using this from your spawn, by the time you get to their spawn, it will have flipped, and the enemy will be shooting your A.G.R. in the back. Going from the worst to now what I think is the best streak in this game, the Chopper Gunner. I have 3 tips for this one. 1. Be sure to lead your shots since the bullets have travel time. It will take a moment for them to hit the ground. 2. Use your flares to keep lock-on rockets off of you. You get 3 of them, make them count. And 3. There is literally no reason to ever stop shooting. You have unlimited ammo and the gun doesn't overheat. Finally, the Dreadnaught. It has flares just like the Chopper Gunner, so be sure to use them, but unlike the Chopper Gunner, you will have to reload your weapons. Be sure to cycle to your next weapon when you run out of ammo, as it will reload when it's not in use and will only reload when it's completely empty. So be sure to shoot all your rounds. When the Dreadnaught is completed, a bomb attached for the parachute will deploy, so when you get back onto the ground, you can actually shoot this and have it land on enemies to do damage. To be honest, I haven't figured out how to do this accurately myself, so I just kind of shoot it whenever it feels right. As I was finishing editing this video, I realized I forgot to do the HARP, so I'm sticking it here at the end. My bad. Anyway, the Allfather of Recon, unlike the other two, waiting on any friendly UAVs to leave isn't necessary considering the huge upgrade it gives to your radar. But again, don't call it in if there's a enemy counter UAV in the air. Thanks. You've listened to me talk, now I'd love to hear from you. If I missed something, go ahead and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.
Dude,
Yeah,
top of the
that was
leaderboards.
okay.
Better luck next time, dude.
Oh.